How's it going, everyone? Mahaji here, back at it with another video, and today we have something special planned because we're going to be taking a look into a character that I believe is really underrated in Dragon Ball FighterZ, and I'm not sure why. Alright, but before we get into it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends for me. Alright, now the character we're going to be talking about today, I've yet to, you know, normally I click in the videos, you know, you see who it is, you know what I'm saying, but today is a little bit different just because this character is kind of, you know what I'm saying, he's him. Alright, it's Tien. Alright, the cat's out of the bag. If you guessed from the thumbnail, it is in fact the strongest human. Actually, do you think Tien is the strongest human? Let me know down in the comments, because I know we also got, you know what I'm saying, Krillin, we got Videl, you feel me? But just let me know which one you think is the strongest. I can't leave out Roshi, of course, but you know what I'm saying, we're just going with the tried and true today, Tien. And we're gonna go through everything. We're going through everything, alright? And the first point I want to make about this character is actually his colors. Alright, he got some of the flyest colors in the game for free. Alright, he's got the color 1, he's got the color 2 if you like a little mustard on you know what I'm saying, on your hot dog. We also got red, can't go wrong with that. Blue, everyone enjoys blue. Green, most greens in this game really do suck, but his is actually kind of fire, you feel me? His yellow is on point. His purple, this is the only color I'll give y'all that's not that great. Alright, a little too much purple going on, but we got the pink, which is setting it off, you feel me? Orange, which is, alright, it's perfect. Alright, this is a perfect color. I'm not sure about y'all, but this is the perfect orange. If everyone had this orange, you know what I'm saying, the lemon meringue pop, you feel me? That would be perfect, alright? We also have the color 10. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a sucker for this color because if you feel me, you know what I'm saying, the squad kind of, you know, they kind of liaison, you feel me? They kind of, you know what I'm saying, grouped up. Now we also have color 11, can't go wrong with that. Color 12, also fire, you feel me? Color 14, Christmas colors, very festival, you know what I'm saying? 15, 16, all of his colors are fire, bro, you know what I'm saying? Except for the 7, I give y'all the 7, but you know what I'm saying, who's gonna play purple with him? You know what I'm saying? You got all these fire colors, you won't play purple. Alright, but nah, this character is already off to a great start, got some great colors, you feel me? And we're just gonna go from here, alright? Alright, so when talking about Tien, you know what I'm saying, we have to first realize what does he bring to a team, alright? When Tien is on your team, off rip, you understand that your team's going to have high damage, no matter what, alright? He's got some of the highest damaging level 1 in the game, alright? His shit be peaking at 1k basically, especially if I do like a basic bitch starter here. You know what I'm saying? Doing 1032. Look at that number. 1032. That's not 900, that's not 800, that's not 700. He don't care about that, all right? He's doing a stack of damage every time he DHCs, all right? Not to mention, he also has a level 2, okay? So even if you're not killing like you normally would, which you should, because I mean 1k, right? He has a level 2, double beaming it up. That's 2k he's doing to you, bro. Every single time. Alright, so after, you know, a measly little combo, especially with a character like Gotenks, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to do the craziest amount of damage, but with Tien on your team, it don't matter. You're gonna bring him in, you're going to do the damage, you're going to get out, you know what I'm saying? So, Tien already brings the heat, alright? His level 3 does absurd damage too. Alright, not going to do a full combo this time, but just know it does a ton of damage as well. So, off rip, your team is going to do very high damage, alright? So, little checkbox, alright, right next to damage, right? So, what about neutral, okay? Because neutral's a big part of this game, right? I know a lot of characters have some, you know, like some fuck neutral tools, you know, get around some shit, you feel me? Tien's not the same, alright? I'm not going to say he has a busted lariat or anything like that. He doesn't. But I will say he has one of the best beams in the game for neutral. Look at this. That is absurd. Look at this. I did a little bit higher too. Look how far he goes. All this range by himself. All of this range by himself with a beam. So you could just do this, by the way, which is a recent change they gave to him. So they allowed him to cover this entire part of the screen and convert from it. All right. So his neutral is not lacking because he can simply just say, I don't want to deal with anything. I'm going to erase everything on the screen right now. All right. If I just set them to do this, and I do like something like this. Bro, I don't even care about this. I don't even care about this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing neutral with you. All right. So he has a beam that carries momentum. First of all, very strong in neutral. He also has a decent 5S and a JS. They're not the craziest. You know what I'm saying? It hits a good angle, but he has a lot of landing recovery. So you want to be careful using this. Normally you want to do something like this, where you kind of gel the JS into the 236S. You feel me? But more often than not, this is going to be the game plan, because you're going to throw this off. And look what this is on block, by the way. When you do this, -5. All right, there's no beam that is -5 from that distance, from that angle, outside of base Goku, who you have to TK the beam to do it. All right, he's -5 on this always. All right, he could do this in a block string if he wanted to. It don't gel, but it's just letting you know he could do that and just be safe. So very safe beam, hard to react to. You can't really level 3 it unless you're cracked, which some players are. If you are one of those players, then go ahead and level 3 him for this. But if you're not, you just have to hold this. All right. And it does a decent amount of screen coverage, all right, and plus an assist. You can just really do something like this and just get any advantage. I've yet to see team players do this to gain the advantage, which is fair, because this is kind of dangerous, but it is still a good option. But his beam is very good right now, especially because it's a retreating beam. So if I were to put this in the context, let's say I'm doing something like this, he's still pulling the screen. He's not engaging with you, right? For example, if I were to do the same thing, see him right here. If I would do the same thing but doing it backwards, I'm already full screen. What are you gonna do? This? You feel me? So his screen coverage is really good. His download rate got supremely buffed because he can super dash after it. So what else? What else is on the table, right? Let's go ahead and talk about mix. All right, everyone wants to know about mix. So his idea of mix is everything. All right, so he has a command grab, which is 24 frames, doubling as a DR crush. So if you try to take DR here, you're gonna get grabbed into damage because it's TN. 30% because you wanted to tech. Congratulations. All right. So he has a Dragon Rush Crush. That's a command grab. He has an instant overhead chop, which is unreactable, which does a lot of damage too. So you can do something like this. Another 30% on your head because you didn't block. All right. Not to mention that he has 3 lows. This is all. This is so he has a 2L, he has a 2M, and he has a 226L. All right. So this is 3 moves in a row that you have to block low, right? Not to mention he has a command overhead, which if you do block, especially in the corner, that's mix. You're blocking mix. Right? He can do JM, he can do double hitting JL, by the way, because he got that buff too. So he has so many ways to mix you. In the mid screen, when you do 2 and 4M, right, it's gonna push you a little bit forward. This way you can actually get your mix without having to sacrifice the option. You feel me? Because if you do 2 and 4L, you're gonna stay a little bit behind. You can't get your mix up. So 2 and 4M is the way to do it. Baby, I'm recording right now. She's in heat, y'all. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. So look. 2 and 4H, right? If you want to get a little freaky with it, you can go over their head for some really cheap stuff. That looked like it was going to cross up, to be honest. So you can go for some really cheap stuff with this one. You don't even know what side I'm going on that one. You got hit. So his mix-up potential is insane because let's say you block the overhead, right? And then he just puts you in a 50-50 from it, all right? You block another overhead, you put it in 50-50. Not to mention his solo mix where he can do EX chop, and he also has 3 lows you have to account for, and a command grab. So that was like 5 options outside of just DR. All right, he has DR, and I didn't even add the options or the layers. All right, so they said he has too many mix options. All right, we need to give him a way to reset his pressure. All right, he needs to reset his pressure in a cool way, right?
What's wrong?
All right, this used to be how it used to go. You see this, you're like, I'm about to bop him for this. Why would you do this? But look how fast this is. Look how fast this is.
What's wrong?
Hold on, let me see if I can get it real quick. Look how I'm doing it so fast that I'm actually getting reflect. Look how fast this is. -11. This is -11. So you have to react. You have to react to Chaozu in time to punch man up, but you can't. It's too fast. It's too fast. Once you do the input correctly, it's too fast. So they gave him a way to sneak pressure past. Also, when he does this, it actually gives him Chaozu back. So he does this. When he does this, I do one. Let's say I do it again. And I do it again. And I do it again. It gives it him. So he can just keep cycling this in pressure forever. He can just keep doing this. So one, resets pressure very well because this is too fast. You're going to get smoked. Has solo 50-50s, solo DR crush, and the DR. He has overheads that are fast. These are all 24. This is 24. The other one's 28, I believe. 26, mind you. This is 24 as too. So every single time that you block him, his reward is insane. By the way, his command grab. I didn't even mention this one. Let's say you want to hit him out of it. My God. Let's say you tech with L buttons, right? Let's say you tech with L buttons. Let's say you do this. Right? That's a common way to answer DRs. And you get just grabbed for it. Okay? So I hope you guys' minds are expanding as we go through this because his potential is unleashed. Alright? You know, I know it was Gohan who went to Elder Kai's planet and then they just said, you know what I'm saying, break the sword real quick. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Tien was there, all right? He was in the background. He was posted up in the background. No one knew it, and he's just been vibing ever since. He's been hiding his true power, all right? So, not to mention the mix, all right? Not to mention that he's safe on everything. His frame data is insane too, all right? So look at this. This is the EX chop on block. -2, all right? -2 means that, one, he has access to his frame 4 option, his other frame 4 option. So he has 2 guard point moves that are going to beat you if you try to answer this, right? This is also a guard move. So if I do something like this, right? You're going to get smoked for trying to air this motherfucker. So you can't even try to do this if you wanted to, right? Not to mention that when you do this move, let's say something like that happens, it auto-corrects. This will auto-correct. Look at that. Look how high that hits. He's chasing you down. You're not escaping the mix, bro. And once you block this, by the way, he's going to put you in another 50-50 depending on his assist, okay? So if you do this, I'm going to put you in another 50-50 because you decided to block correctly. And we're going to go from there. So not only can you not escape in the air, you can't even answer him in the air because you're going to get hit, okay? Like I said, he still has the neutral space control because of his beam, which has the super dash extension, right? His mix-up when he finally hits the ground, he can solo DR crush you. He can overhead you into 50-50. He can instant overhead you. He can just commit to low and have safe pressure. Or he can just string you up because look, 5L -3, 2L -4, 5LL -4, 5M -4, 2M -4, Ki Blast -5. Do you see how insane this is? Every single normal that isn't H, which is not -9 by the way, is safe on block, all right? Not to mention his 5LL is a multi-hitting move, which means that, let's say for example they want to guard cancel, you can hit them in the middle of it because of how 5LL works. So you can't even get out of the pressure if you wanted to because he's just going to hit you. All right? So man has every mix-up option outside of maybe... Actually, no, he has everything. He has an unreactable mix-up that's solo. He has a command grab. He's not missing anything, I don't think. He has a great cross-up, by the way. I didn't even mention that. That's how many options he has. He has a great cross-up that I didn't talk about because every option that he has is just absurd. He has every single thing that you can think about. What else does he have? Okay, let's talk about damage. Let's actually talk about damage. Not even just the supers though, because he got a damage buff in the middle of his. He got a lot of damage. All right, so normally this was like the route that people used to do, where you just do like 2M afterwards, right? 5K, not bad, right? This is pretty standard. Mahaji, what are you talking about? This is, you know what I'm saying? This is whatever. All right. But in the most recent patch, he was gifted the ability to spin meter and get it right back. So if you time this correctly, you actually get the 0.5 bars back. I don't know if you guys noticed on the bottom left there, but I got the meter back from this exchange. I'm already at 5K, right? So this is a brain dead extension that you don't really have to think about outside of maybe meter, resource management type deal. But normally when you do this, you just go right into it and you don't have to really think about it because you're going to get the meter back if you time it correctly. And it's so much damage and meter that it's just on the table, you know. He can also do something like this too, which is a really good extension because it means that he has so much more on the table when it comes to extensions, especially because he's not the craziest Sauce character. You're never going to see Sauce from Tien. That's the whole point of him. He's supposed to be plain Jane and just mix you and punch you up every single chance that he gets. But his output is ridiculous in this meta. Because if you've noticed, every character in this game has received some sort of bullshit, right? This character, in particular, received this, right? So you can't actually deal with this on reaction how you would want to because he's safe. But every character received something that was, either full screen or invulnerable or something like that, right? Tien has remained a constant in this game to where he could just always check you full screen and you can't do anything about it. So, for example, if I were to do something like this, you would just get smoked for it, right? Maybe not on reaction, maybe it's a read, but even then, if he just had the resources to do it, you could also do something like this too, because of how much damage it just simply does. And this is a safe super, by the way. You can't punish this. You actually can't punish this super no matter what. Negative 20, there's no way that you can hit it, all right? Especially from a DHC. Let's say I was being frisky and I just wanted to do something like this. This is safe because it's negative 20, but look where I am. And I also have float and super dash. Not to mention he can use those tools as before as mobility tools. So he's not actually stagnant in the meta either when it comes to movement, because he can always just simply choose to go higher when using 236M. And he also has obviously the assistant mechanics, but he also has dives, right? He has this to check you if you try to get close to him too. Really good effective tools. This goes so far. Look at this. Imagine you're just trying to play neutral and he just does this to you and he 50-50s you from it. I love this here. Oh my god, it's side swap too. That is disgusting. So yeah, this character has everything. This character also has a ridiculous A assist. It's one of the most active assists in the game and is just effective. Because look how it's plus 21, by the way. So you're not going to get or plus 20. You're not going to get the most insane mix from this assist. But if you play the right characters like the ones on my team, then you're going to notice that you're not going to really need the block stun all that much, especially when it comes to the neutral scramble. You're going to appreciate how fast it is and how active it is instead of how much block stun it has. Because this is just absurd. The amount of screen presence this has. Once you put this on the screen, they really have to second guess their offensive approach, because if they don't, they're going to get smoked by it and you're going to get put into a combo or a Napa reset or something like that. So it's a really good assist. Not to mention he does have a decent B assist. It's not the craziest. It's 50 frame startup with 40 frame block stun, and it also builds you meter, which is not bad. But at the end of the day, his A assist is much better just because it offers so much more to a team, especially because it's a pop-up assist too, easy to confirm, and it's a beam assist too, so it just clips through most projectiles. So overall, this character is not lacking anything. I would say that his defensive mechanics, he has obviously he has the guard point moves, he has the armor moves, he has the chop that is armored too. Not to mention, by the way, he don't even need to spend meter on this instant overhead too. He can do something like this, which is kind of ridiculous. He can do that chop. And even though you don't get like anything off of it, it's especially good if you want to close a round out and you don't have any meter. And you know the opponent's not going to be looking for you to do something else outside of this jam. So he has a lot going for him. I'm not sure why people aren't playing him as much, especially because in this meta when everyone's just kind of doing shit, you can just check people with level 1 or level 3 and smoke people. Like for example, look at this. So if I do this, right? This is one of those situations. You see the assist, you can just do this and it does so much damage to your assist, right? It makes it so that every single touch that this character gets, especially like let's say for example, if they're just close to death at all, then this is going to be so good for your team because it just does so much damage. and you're safe when you do it. That's the important part. You're safe when you kill that assist. So for just a bar and you know, a little bit of health off of you, which don't really matter, it's gonna come down to how effective you can make your TN. Because if your TN is not doing the things like this, then obviously it's gonna be a little bit hard for you to kind of maneuver. Because I get it, it's hard. This character don't really got nothing, you know, that's game breaking. But these little changes to your game plan with this character can really make him a way more scary character, especially when you're putting your opponent in block strings and they're kind of looking for everything, and you get that little hit, get the meter back, get the knockdown. You feel me? That was 4K off of a 4L, by the way. So just kind of put it in your mind, in the back of your head, if you want to play this character. If you want to play any type of shotgun character that's not Beerus or base Goku, to be honest, Tien is probably the best character for you, because he just offers everything to a team. There's not much that he don't offer to a team, to be honest. He does pretty much everything that you would want from a character, outside of maybe just, you know, being Beerus and being able to level 3 and just be safe and get mixed up and set play from it. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's actually pretty fun talking about Tien, just because even though he does seem like a very lame character, he's overall pretty fun, and he actually has quite a lot in his toolkit, especially when you kind of look at everything that he does actually have. Not to mention, really quick side note, he does have set play by himself, simply because for his knockdown he just can choose to do this. And in certain pressure or certain neutral sequences, if you want to do something like this, you can just run up and do your mix up, especially because you can do something like this. That's probably the cheapest way to go about it, because they can't really 2H it either. If I do like this, I have a guard. Excuse me, one second. I guess you can 2H. I feel like every time I've tried to do it, I feel like my 2H's get stuffed, but I guess you can't do it on reaction. You have to just guess. But outside of that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed my face cam being back, because I was out of it. I ain't gonna lie to you. But this is gonna be a longer video, just because I really want to talk about TM. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all next time.